Hey guys, it's Angie from Little Dumplings Nursery. I'm having snow day today on Friday, January the 10th. I'm actually off of work anyway, but anyway, it's my stay home day with no makeup on. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around because I really don't want to be seen that much. I'm going to talk a little bit about inventory. Today I've been going through all my stuff. Can y'all believe this? I have so much stuff. I'm trying to decide what I want to take to next year's show, or this year's actually, 2025 Dolls of the World show. I've got a lot of kits down here I want to reborn. And I'm also, once again in my life, doing a reevaluation of what's important to me. I wanted to kind of show y'all, I still have some things, some stock left from the last show. I've got some vintage baby bottles. I've got a lot of money tied up in those, so I won't just be selling them off for nothing. I would like to continue to try to sell those. If I don't get my asking price, I'll just anyway work it along and along. But those are for sale still. I still have some of these blocks that I did. Some of y'all that have followed me remember that I went through a big phase of wanting to make the wooden nursery blocks, and I have really enjoyed these. I love them. I did a whole bunch of Peter Rabbit theme ones. The little ones have actual cutouts from actual children's books on the Peter Rabbit series, and I bought these off of Etsy and did the blocks. I have some of the small ones. See, that fits in the palm of your hand. Excuse me. And then I have more of the bigger ones that I actually use stickers and decoupaged and did. So I have some of those up in the very top, and this bag right here, you hear that? That's the well, there's one falling out. That's the cloth blocks. I did a lot of these for this year's show. They're jingle blocks. These can be played with by real babies or used for props in your nursery with your baby. So I have a whole bag of those up there. And let's see what else. I have this tub down here completely full of Christmas sleepers. I used to change all my babies into Christmas outfits in my own personal collection for Christmas. But this year, I just left my Pooh babies in the Pooh outfits that I did for the Pooh thing this past year. And I only had 2 babies. I did that one that I did in Christmas, and I changed him back to Christmas so that he could be a Christmas elf. And then this little baby down here that's still for sale, he's still in his Christmas. So, the rest of them did not get changed for Christmas. So, yeah. And all those up there in my collection, they're in their regular clothes. So, yeah. I don't know if I want to sell any Christmas sleepers or not, but if you're looking for one, contact me. So what I'm debating about is silicone. I kind of go through this every year, to be honest with you. I buy up a bunch of silicone throughout the year. I buy them at the end of the year sales, and then I try to get them done for the shows. I start running into, am I going to have enough time to get everything done? Because I also have all the vinyls I want to do. And I have a love-hate relationship with silicone. I love it and I hate it. I know that sounds crazy. I've got 3 of these little silicone deer that I was going to paint up. Those are just precious. Those I will definitely do. I got some Bountiful baby kits to play around with, and I'm still deciding, am I going to go ahead and do these, or am I going to, put them up for sale? I don't know. These are not Bountiful babies, actually. I'm going to go through and show you some of what I do have. This is, I believe her name is Nivea. I believe that's her name. She's a big cuddlehead that I got from, Trueborns from Bobby. And I cannot remember who it is actually sculpted that one. But I had Sherry Williams dolls to pour me some, limbs to go with it. And they're over here somewhere. Let's see. She did an excellent job color matching. And I sent her some pictures. Here they are. I sent her some pictures of the silicone pour and told her that it was Trueborn's silicone pour, and she matched it so darn close. There's very little difference. So by the time these are painted, there you go. You'll see they're going to be great. So these are her limbs that are done as that are a life cast of one of her real grandchildren. So these are real cute, cute, cute. So I'm going to do quarter limbs with this baby. So I'm really excited about painting her, and I definitely want to do her. I got this little elf at the last Kansas show from Acid Patch Babies, and he was sold to me as a boo-boo baby, and the only boo-boo that he has is at the back of his neck. There was a little bit of wrinkling in his pore. Right there you see it, where I guess the seam repair or whatever, which to me is no big deal. Once it's painted, it will hardly even be noticeable, if at all. So I've got that one. I definitely want to work on that. I'm really excited about working on that. So those I do want to do. The little deer I do want to do. Then we get into some other stuff that I'm trying to decide about. So here we have a Bountiful Baby. And I've heard different people talk about their kits getting oily or being oily, blah, blah, blah. I've only actually painted one so far, and that was Jameson. I had no problem with him. When my Bountiful Baby kits come in, I do not leave them in those plastic bags. I take them out. I put them in hot soapy water with dish soap, and I let them soak for several hours, and then I rinse very well. And then I wipe them down with Novox, and then I pack them in tissue paper, just like this, in a box, a Rubbermaid type box. And then when I get ready to paint this baby, I will wipe it down with Novox really well before I start painting. So I haven't had any kind of problems doing that, storing my kits. This one has a partially open mouth, and I'm going to go back and open her mouth some more, I think. I mean, she has a little tongue and all in there. I don't know. I have mixed emotions about it. For me personally, I would prefer to just leave her alone and give her a pacifier with a small nib. I have some of those pacifiers that Sherry Williams makes with the small nibs. And I've done that before with other sculpts that I sold in silicone. But it seems that a lot of buyers are adamant about socking a big old pacifier in the baby's mouth. And so I actually had someone send me a picture of a baby they bought on the secondhand market that was a cuddle baby that I had reborn, that had a partial open mouth like that. This is Mitchell, and it wasn't a Bountiful Baby sculpt. It was actually a Melody Hess sculpt, and I had sent it with a nice small nib pacifier that was made by Sherry Williams, and it fit the mouth and it worked fine with the baby. But the person that had at whatever point owned it decided to cut open the mouth bigger so they could put a bigger pacifier in the mouth. And if you cut a baby's mouth open after it has been painted and matted, you cut the paint seal and it causes the paint to delaminate, and then it all will start peeling, which is what happened. And then this person winds up selling their baby on the secondary market. I don't know how many people it had been through, and the lady that got it probably got it at what she thought was a good deal, but she didn't know until she got it that the mouth had been cut open. And she was contacting me, asking me what to do about it, and I was like, it's been messed up, it's ruined. Some people might try to repair it, but I wasn't about to tackle it. So that was my feeling. So if you watch videos on YouTube and you see these videos of all these people out here going, oh, I cut my baby's mouth open so that it could take a silicone pacifier. Well, that's a stupid thing to do unless you want to ruin your baby. So if you want your baby's mouth cut open, it has to be cut open before it's painted. If it's cut open afterwards, it needs to be done by somebody that knows what they're doing, and then they would have to use the proper EcoFlex to seal it up and seal the edges and try to make it as secure as possible. But even still, with all that putting the pacifier in and out of the mouth, you run the risk of it delaminating and starting to peel even still. But at least it stands a better chance than when people just cut it open and there it is. So this is Darren. I have to confess, I've kept Darren longer than I had intended to without painting him. So I've had Darren probably about 1.5 years now. He is a little shiny, but that's just the nature of silicone. He was washed and put away. And the one thing I had done to Darren is I did give him some armatures in his arms. Let me see here. And I did that when he first came in. So you can see the end of the armature there, where it's sealed down. So his arms will bend. So that's going to be fun. I did not put them in anything but the arms. I didn't want to put them in the legs. He's got nicely bent legs already, and I don't like the feeling of an armature in terms of it's not as cuddly as not having an armature, but it is nice in terms of being able to pose. So I thought with him that this would be a nice happy medium. And so his legs, I'm doing this one-handed, y'all, I'm sorry. His legs, as you can see, have a nice bend. So we're gonna, I do plan on painting Darren. I am excited about painting Darren. The other two, I'm kind of ambivalent about it, but we'll see. But we're gonna see how these do. These Bountiful Baby kits do. They were a gamble. They were on, sale as they do some of their stuff. They were a gamble. So if they paint up good, then they'll be ready to be sold. If they don't take the paint, then we'll just wash them up and say, hey, here's you an unpainted baby. If you want to put it together and cuddle it and have it for the price of the kit, that's what it is. So we'll see. But those I'm kind of, yeah. I'm like every year I do this. I buy all these silicones and I'm like, I feel pressed. The other thing that I have here in Georgia is I find that I do better painting silicone in the winter than I do in the summer, because in the summer it gets so hot and humid. My silicone matting process goes more difficult because it has a tendency to cure out on me before I get it all matted. And in the winter I don't like matting in my house and breathing that stuff even with a mask on. I don't want all that in my house. So if I do this when it's cool, I can go matte on my back porch. So that is the little girl of the Kimberly Dolls Gloria kit that I bought. And I actually bought her in, when did I get her? I think I got her about October a year ago. So I've had her a while too. And once again, I wash them, and same process with all my babies, and that's how I store them. I also have the little boy. And I had fully intended keeping Gloria in my own collection when it's done. We'll see. That's the other thing, is because silicone goes shiny, very much so with handling. It has to be matted a lot. That's kind of the nature of silicone. And it kind of sets my OCD off. So I don't know if I'm the person that's best suited to own silicone. I have to over there. But I don't handle them a lot because I don't like the sheen. It drives me bonkers when I get a shiny spot. But you can mat them down with Just Matte matting powder. It works really well for maintenance. And so we'll see. So I've got the little boy too. And let's see, what else do I have? So this is a little avatar that I got. It's the petal kit that Kristen Inglet does. It's her own sculpt, and she will modify them to have ears and a tail so they can be made into an avatar baby. And I asked her to do me an orange one. So my intentions are to make this orange baby a tiger baby. So we will see how that goes. And if you want to see what one of these babies looks like, I've done a few of them in the blue before. So there's my blue one right there that I did as an avatar. And I do love this baby, and she's mine. Let me back this back down. She's mine that I made for my own collection. I made 3 of them 2 years ago when I sold 2 of them at the Dolls of the World show. And all I did was just accent painting. The base color was already there. I do mine on these where the paint is 3D, so you can actually feel all the little dots and the little stripes and all. I like that feeling. And yeah, these are a lot of fun. So I do have this one, and I'm going to try to do the little tiger. It's just getting myself geared up mentally to do silicone. And the only 2 I've kept in my collection, I've had others and sold them, is I've kept my Baby by Georgia Piggott that I painted back in 2013, and I've kept my Dawson by Rachel Farrell, is that how you say it, that I painted in 2013 as well. You can't see his coloring real good over here. Let me turn him over here where y'all can see him. So this baby This was original EcoFlex 20, and he was matted with the old FuseFX matting powder, which is basically, I'm told, basically powdered sugar. But he has held up all these many years. Once again, I don't play with them. So, under the bright lights here now, but I don't play with them, so they don't get messed up or shiny or anything. But I will say these older silicones with this kind of matting, it held really well, but it was also a nightmare to mat them because it could go crusty really easy when you were working with it. But he's a cutie. So, and he's just a little quarter limb baby, and he's bald. So anyway, these are the two that I've kept. And that's a little walk down my silicone. I'll pull her over here in the light where y'all can see her. Or in the better lighting. There. See her coloring a little better. So yeah, I'm trying to remember what this one, Lauren, that was her name. And I had her rooted by a friend. Michelle Higgins rooted her. Her little hair's going to be hat head, but... So there's my little Lauren. She's a 3/4 limb baby. A little preemie. So these are the only ones I've kept. Like I said, I've painted others with the intentions of keep them a while, and then I would sell them. And, but I don't know. Like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with silicone, so we'll see. So anyway, that's pretty much my little inventory trip for today, I guess you would say. And if you're interested in anything we talked about, give me a buzz. And y'all have a good one.